it's Guido coming at you with the Tactics Talk. Welcome back. Thanks for tuning in. We're going to talk about grinding out a win, and specifically when things are going not so good and a little bit of repositioning. I would say that if I was to analyze the worst part of my game, probably the thing that keeps me from being at the Super Unicum level the most, it is the repositioning when things are going badly and not being able to pull games back as often as I would like to. And there are some positions on maps and things and timing that are critically important to things that the Super Unicums can do, which is generally their repositioning and decision making is superior to everybody else. A lot of us can get to a position and fight that position really well, make good decisions early on, even in the grand scheme, repositioning not badly, especially in a winning battle. But on the losing battles or ones that are hanging on the edge, where a good fallback position to still be able to support, to change the angles a little bit, that can be one that's difficult to see. So we got an example here. I'm not saying I do this all the time. Like I said, it's one of the weaker parts of my game. Also, I just noticed another weak part of my game is not really paying attention to my loadouts as much as I should have. For some reason, the last time I played it, I had my vision loadout, and you'll notice as I was timing in there that I left it on. And that's not exactly what I would want on this. I probably would go with my combat loadout. Vision is okay on this map. It is useful, but not with where I'm going. So there you go. You take the good with the bad. Sometimes you do well, sometimes you do bad, sometimes they happen both in the same game. So initially, let's talk about this hill and taking this hill and whether you can or cannot. I'm seeing the speed with which we're going at this thing, a T-20, a T-44, a Panther II, a Chi-Ri, and myself. I'm looking that they've got a Barask and a 416, although the 416 did us a solid and went into the middle, and some of the other tanks, and I'm wondering if we're going to be able to take this hill, and I don't think so. T-20 was maybe thinking about it. Actually, I believe he does go. But then I see what's getting lit up, right? We've got two T-34-1s right there that just showed up. He's about to eat a bunch of shots in the side. So let's see how this goes. Boom, boom. Yeah, he just... And the Barask beat him by miles, fellas. The Barask is already up there, so he's in big trouble. The T-44 is pushing for some insane reason. So he goes up there. Although I don't think he pushes. He backs out. Don't quite get a shot on the 34-1, and it's just not working out that well. This is a pretty good position for this particular map, and kind of assessing if this hill is going to be taken or not taken, and it's absolutely taken. We just didn't have the oomph to get up there. I think even if the T-44 and I pushed, we might have been in a bit of trouble. The enemy team is, like I said, doing us a bit of a solid, and we've peeled off the Chi-Ri, the M2Y, and the Panther. We're dealing with the M10 down there, and of course the 416's lurking down there as well. But look at this crowd that they're pushing up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, what, 7 tanks? Math and Public, 4, yeah, bunch of tanks. 8 counting him, 9 counting the 416. So you would think we'd have a pretty good possibility of winning on the other side, but let's watch that. So selling out on this map, do I sell out or do I do what Guido's doing? It's a great question, and I don't have the best answer for you. It's just as I assessed as we were pushing up there, it just did not look like we were going to be able to take it. And it turns out that seems to be completely true. So now I'm going to use this position, which is a pretty darn good position for punishing, especially if the enemy team wants to peek and poke like that. You know, they can't really do a whole lot with peeling out these guys until they get rid of anyone doing what I'm doing and hang out here. So either they go up the hill and they shoot and hang over and do the spider tank thing. If they want to push, they either come all together, or first things first, they probably have to peel me out of here. So it's a pretty good controlling point. I missed that shot. Now I am going to out-reload the 122, so I'm going to try to get into position. Take a cheeky shot on him. Bounce the T-26E4. I've talked about this tank before. It's decent with the turret. It's not one that I would absolutely trust. There you go. He hits me with, I believe, a regular round. So I'm going to eat that shot for 380. That hurts. But I am going to get some pretty good bounces. I've bounced 480 so far. I can out-reload just about anything that's up there. Not all of them, but just about all of them. I want to say the 34-1 and myself are about the same reload. Of course, the Barask has 2 shells. There is no Artie in this game, fellas, so realize if you put yourself in this position here and there's Artie in the game, more than likely at some point he's going to start shooting at you. So you might have to leave or stay dark for longer, but you're always going to take into account how the match is, and there's no artillery, so it opens up the use of this. That was a very cheeky shot into the top of the super. He's probably not enjoying that very much. Kill. Nope. Oh, 225. All right. Wasn't going to kill him. He has an extra 153 in there. And I'm really hoping he pokes. It looks like he shot, so I come up here. Like, come on, man. Poke around the corner. Things are going okay on the other side. We've got him 3-2. Like, come on, IS. Push forward, buddy. Give me that shot. Retired stormtrooper. That's pretty funny. We did win down low, so we don't have to worry about that. Here comes this dude. Oh, another cheeky shot, and we bounce another one for 720, so he's bumming. Probably caught it on the mantlet. A little bit of rocking and rolling. Now, he's just zoomed in, right? He's waiting for me to poke. I'm not really interested in allowing him to have another nicely aimed 390 Alpha. Down goes the T-25-2. That was nice. I like it. I get lit. I don't actually know how that happened, or whether... Might have been the 34 was just high enough that he caught an edge of my turret sticking over. It could have been somebody poking up and over right there like the Borosk, and I just didn't see him. So now there's two guns, and I'm not really interested in letting two guns have shots at me. All right. T-44 is taking these dudes on. All right, so they both backed out. That's going to allow me to get in here. I do get lit again. All right, I went after, and he pins me. I went after the stupid rocket things. That's not a weak spot, guys. That's just a 3D. It's the hatch on the other side. I think there's a hatch behind. They're not rockets. They're counterweight things. Springs or some such thing for the extra armor. But I call them rockets. There is, I think, a hatch behind him, but that's harder to hit. It's the hatch on the right side. As you're looking at him, that's the place you want to try to shoot the pin. All right, there we go. Get this guy now. Oh, I'm a little too much rocking right there if I had just hung in there. But he might have hit me as well. So we're only down to 829 hit points, so we have to be careful with our trades here. Now we're starting to lose, right? This thing is starting to get a little away from us now at 4-6. I've only killed 4 of them. We're okay in hit points. It's showing us up, so that's helpful, but they do have more guns. So we got to watch out with what's going on here. We'll try to kill him. Nice. All right. And we bounce another 390, right? So some careful peeking and poking. We've got a super that's got a bunch of hit points. Ah, okay, well I hit him at least. So that doesn't work. And we're getting thin on the other side, right? We lose a couple more guys now at 6-8. The problem is we're pretty good on hit points, although it's now showing us underwater on hit points. But if you look over on the other side of the map, and this is that kind of analysis thing I've talked about, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, there's 5 tanks over there. Now the Scorpion I think just died. Is he going away? Yes. Okay, so our Scorpion just died. So we've got an Ion, he has come from the other side. He was uninterested in pushing into all those TDs, which is a smart move. The Tiger, he's not smart enough. He keeps pushing. But the Project Ion came back, and we got a Tiger 1 hanging out here providing support to these guys, and then the rest of us are here on the hill. Now, we do have a low with decent hit points, a T-44. That's good. But we're still fighting this hill. These guys are all going to be loose in the backfield relatively soon. They kill the Tiger, then there's nobody over there to keep them busy, which means they will eventually show up over here, right? They're going to come across from the west, and they'll be up around the cap and on this ridge line over here. And that is bad juju for us, right? Because we don't own the hill. So not only do they own the hill, then they're going to own that ridge, and we're all down in a shooting bowl down here. So this is where I start looking at that, and I'm thinking, all right, I may have to change my position. So the position I'm going to choose here in just a moment is one... not one that I came up with, but I saw Skill using it. I'm kind of waiting till this guy shoots and backs out so I can make my move without being seen or shot. We'll make it a runner. He's thinking about it. Good, so I got away. And just on cue, there's the 34-1 who's moved up behind us. And I'm expecting to see another 34-1 at KTTS. At least, though, it looks like the Tiger, for the moment, is keeping the Caliban busy, and maybe the Kelnonen or one of the other guys in the middle, but I don't know. So I'm going to head over this way. And guess what? Holy shit, I find the 34-1. Thank goodness he misses me. A terrible shot. It surprised me when he was there. And still, I'm not in a great spot, right? I've got one up here. I've got one down here. But this position here, up against this ridge, gives you a lot of options. And this is where I got this from Skill, and I think even Quickie, I saw him using it once. It's a good spot for a fallback to support these guys if they get pushed, to shoot guys down low, and really to turn back around and maybe come up the hill and deal with guys that are up here on the ridge. In this particular situation, I don't know if I would want to go there as an initial position, but if you're helping defend the hill, or they take the hill and you can't get over here, it's a good fallback for this particular situation. And these are the kind of analysis and situations that, in general, I'm not as good with as I would like. There's a lot of positions like these in the game. Now, I do like that the Ion and the M2Y saw this, and this is a decent amount of teamwork going on right now, fellas. Tiger One's moved up. These guys are going to shut down this dude who's in the middle. So I don't really need to go over there. There you go. And now I'm worried about the dude up top. I see the Ion doing what he's doing. And now I'm thinking, what if these dudes poke over? We get a couple quick kills. We even this thing up a little bit. There goes the KTTS, who is in the middle. Fantastic. Unfortunately, the Canonin has moved in now, and he takes out the Project Ion. That really hurts because that's a great tank. So we're going to come up here. Oh, shoot. I'm thankful that he missed, and I probably should have been looking that way, and I probably should have been closer to this edge. But I get away with it, and I shoot that guy in the lower play. But that's a great use of that particular position. I didn't do it well, but that's kind of the idea that you want to do with that position. And all of a sudden, we are starting to come back. Now, I see... Now, so the next thing on my mind is, okay, we've kind of taken care of that. I don't know where that 34-1 is. The Canonin's kind of being taken care of by the M2Y for the moment. And I'm seeing that we actually have a push with some decent hit points against some low hit point guys on the hill. So let's go ahead and take my gun over to the hill, get up on the hill and away, and I see the M2Y is thinking the same thing. Like, oh crap, there's that guy. Thank goodness he missed. A bit lucky, I will admit. It's not whether you got lucky, it's what you did with it. Although, now, look at the situation we have. I'm really glad I left when I did, right? I don't want to be down there now trying to take on the 34-1 and potentially the Caliban if he pushes around the corner. The M2Y is sort of learning that right now, so that was a good move. Now we're going to come up here, find this guy. I'm like, oh, not quite enough gun depression. He's trying to avoid the M2Y. He's making a runner. He doesn't have a lot of good choices right now. He's in the sandwich, which is where I would have been. There we go. We shut that guy down, and just like that, fellas, we clawed this thing back. 2,600 damage, 335 assist. I don't want to walk out and let the Canonin or the Caliban. The Caliban especially can be dangerous. He's got that auto-loading thing going on. I don't want to get blapped by that guy. I think he's now looking, all right, do I take my auto-loading action and go after this Tiger? I want to support the Tiger. What I don't want to do is let the Tiger get gunned down and not do anything with it. I'm looking at the Caliban. Caliban's going, so I'm going to push down. I'm going to go down here and try to help the Caliban. Thank goodness I don't lose hit points right there. I'm going to auto-aim this guy. Whack. Nice. Oh, crap. The Canonin's behind me. That is not great. Probably should have pushed immediately, but I was really surprised that the Caliban didn't just come at me. A bounce. I'll take it. Lucky, right? I'll get out of the Tiger's way. Let the Tiger come in there and maybe kill this guy. Ooh, get out of the way, get out of the way. There we go. He kills the Tiger. That allows me to back out. I'm inside his reload. We'll shoot him. We'll get back to cover, hopefully. Okay, just. And just like that, we're down to 1v3, fellas. We got 3,901 damage. He's running. I wish I'd have pushed out a little sooner, but I might have been hit. There he goes. Now he's down below the ridge, and I don't believe I get any more hits. He dies right there to the double tap, I believe, the M2. Check it out. The M2 lived through that. Good on him. And the Lurva, Templar Blade 22. Well done on all parts there. 3,901 damage, 335 assist. Wanted to show you that. Like I said, self-assessment is one of the weaker parts of my game. I'm okay at it, but I would like to be a lot better at it. In the games that are on the knife's edge or going badly, the small repositions to a more defensible, stronger position to either support your guys on the flank or to farm the enemy as they come. That's probably one of the hardest ones in the game to figure out, because the other part that comes with that is picking the right time. Like, you can pull your gun out of the flank too early and cause your team problems, right? Or you can just plain old try it too late and you can't get to the position. So there's a lot of it depends and situational stuff in there. But when you watch the Super Unicums out there, the guys that stream, or people that send in replays that are, running the 8,000-9,000 WTRs and the super high 1.8s and all that stuff, that's the kind of thing you'll see them do more often than the rest of us. There you go. Let me know what you think. That's all I've got. See ya.